Good day everyone, I'm NOHMAN Alauya and today I'll be presenting an interesting part of Philippine history, the Bandala System. The Bandala System was a policy implemented during the Spanish colonial period where Filipino farmers were required to sell their crops and goods to the government, often at unfairly low prices. Although it was introduced to support the needs of the colonial administration, it ended up becoming a heavy burden to many Filipino people. In my presentation, I explain how the system started, how it affected our ancestors, why it became one of the reasons for the growing discontent among Filipino during Spanish rule. Once again, I'm NOHMAN Alauya and I hope this discussion help us understand how the Bandala system influenced our history and shaped our fight for justice and independence. Historical background. The Bandala system was implemented during the Spanish colonial period, particularly in the 17th century. Under this system, provinces were required to deliver agricultural products, especially rice, to the Spanish colonial government. Farmers were forced to sell their harvest at fixed low prices, which were far below the actual market value. Payments were often delayed for months or even years, and sometimes the farmers never received proper payment at all. The collected rice and goods were used to feed Spanish soldiers, officials, friars, and were also shipped to Manila to support the galleon trade and the needs of the colonial government. Instead of being a fair trade system, it became a form of forced tribute in goods. The system was imposed by Spanish authorities not only to secure food supply but also to sustain their colonial project. Fortunately, it came at the expense of the Filipino people. Impact analysis. Negative impact on Filipinos. Farmers were left with little to no rice for their families, forcing many into hunger and poverty. Because the price was unfair, farmers earned almost nothing for their hard work. It created resentment among the Filipino people toward Spanish authorities. Economic consequence. Local communities suffer while Spanish officials and the colonial government benefit. Instead of helping the economy grow, it caused hardship and inequality. Rule and governance. The Bandala system showed how the Spanish used taxation mainly for control and benefit of the colonizer, not for the welfare of Filipinos. It also revealed the unequal relationship between the colonizer and the natives, where one side was forced to give while the other side profit. In short, the Bandala system was a system of exploitation that enriched the rulers but left the ordinary Filipino struggling. Reflection. If we compare the Bandala system with today's modern taxation, we can see both difference and lesson. Today, taxes collected by the Bureau of Internal Revenue or BIR are meant to be used for public service such as education, health program, roads, and government projects. While there are still issues like corruption, the main goal of taxation today is for nation building. The Bandala system teaches us that taxation should never exploit the people. Instead, should be fair, transparent, and used for the common good. Unlike during Spanish time, modern taxation is supposed to serve the citizen and return benefits to them. That is why it is important for us, citizens, to be aware of how taxes are collected and where they go, so history does not repeat itself. Thank you for listening to my presentation on the Bandala system.